If you're looking to spend $1,000 on a multicolor printer in 2026, I don't think the X2D is going to be the machine for you. At least not yet. There's going to be other available options out there that are just as good and as capable as the X2D is going to be when it comes out. At least that's my first gut reaction from the early look footage that Bambu just dropped. This video is not sponsored by Snapmaker, Elegoo, Flashforge, or any other company. Let's get into it. So we got our first glimpse of the X2D from Bambu. And I want to caution some people here. I don't think this is going to be the machine that everyone was hoping it was going to be.
All right, so here's where I'm at with the X2D right now. I think it's going to work. Like it's Bambu, their stuff just works. I don't really question that part anymore. I own a ton of their items. But the part that's got me a little hesitant is how they're actually going to handle the multicolor side of this. From what I'm seeing, it looks like they're using more of a Bowden style approach to deal with the dual nozzle setup. And I get why they go that route. There's not enough room in the toolhead for two direct drive extruders. But in my experience, those setups don't really solve the bigger problem. And the bigger problem right now isn't just printing in multiple colors, it's what happens to all the waste that comes with it. And that's where I feel like this might fall a little short. At least compared to where things are starting to go. And again, I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying I don't think it's the machine that people were hoping for, especially at this price point. Especially when you start looking at what else is out there, or what's about to hit the market. And the other thing I keep thinking about is how Bambu tends to move once these machines are out in the wild. If you've been following them for a bit, you probably noticed this too. They'll launch something, and then not long after, there's an update, an improved version, a shift in the lineup, or a cheaper version. We saw that with the H series last year, so it wouldn't surprise me at all if something similar happened here. Maybe it's an upgrade path, maybe it's a refined version, maybe it's something that addresses some of this directly. But it's something you should be thinking about too before jumping in right away. I don't know any of this for sure, but it's something I've been definitely thinking about.
And that's what I think we're getting with the X2D. And I'll be honest, I'm not sure I'm fully on board with this one yet. It's only going to solve about 10% of my workflow problems. And that's because another machine has really raised the bar in this category. And that's the Snapmaker U1. So let's look and see what that's like.
So this machine is where things changed for me. Once I started running the U1 in my actual workflow, my entire mindset shifted. I stopped thinking about, can it print in multiple colors? And started thinking about exactly how efficient it does it. And more importantly, it's about what happens behind the scenes. Because with this setup, you're not constantly purging filament every time you switch colors. And color swaps are entirely faster than they are on AMS systems. This thing just switches the toolhead and keeps on printing. And over time, that adds up way more than I expected. Way less wasted filament, way less downtime, and more usable output. I'm getting close to 50,000 swaps on this unit, and I haven't missed a beat. In my setup, this thing is already saving hundreds of dollars in filament. So now, when I look at something like the X2D, I'm not asking what it can do. I'm asking, does it solve this problem better? Or is it just a different approach? Now, this isn't the only machine moving in this direction.
And those are just some of the reasons that I like the U1 so much. But it's not the only machine that's in this space anymore. We've already seen early looks of the Flashforge Creator 5 and Creator 5 Pro over at TCT Asia. And we've covered that here on the channel. I'll put some of those videos up here. But here are the reasons why I think the Flashforge Creator 5 and Creator 5 Pro may even raise the bar on the Snapmaker U1. Let's check it out.
And now, the U1 is about to have its first competitor enter into the ring. The Creator 5 Pro. And we've covered that here on the channel, especially the early looks. And for what I've seen so far, this could be one of the machines that fully raises the bar minus the bed size and challenges it. So from what we know right now, this looks like a different approach to the same problem, but it's going to come with an enclosure, and it can cool itself, and it has a heated chamber. And in our first look footage, we got a very brief glimpse of a filament dryer that might be coming later at some point. That's very exciting to see. That might mean we're getting an ecosystem built around this machine. So stay tuned.
So in 2026, if you're going to spend $1,000 on a 3D printer for multicolor or multi-material, I don't know if the X2D is going to fit that need. I think there's already better options, and more options are going to come to market. But buy what fits your workflow today, and not what's promised for tomorrow. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button. And feel free to use our affiliate links down below. It really helps out our channel if you like one of those printers and it fits your workflow today. And until next time, be glorious.